name is Jeanette, and I want to thank you for joining me on the channel Jane Reads. So today I am going to find out what 25 books are going to be on my TBR bingo board for 2025. I asked my husband, Andrew, and my best friend, Christine, to pick my books for me. And Andrew said he would like to pick 5. Okay. And I said, well, Christine, you can pick up to 20. And of course she took advantage of that and picked 20. She didn't want to leave any for me to pick, but that's okay. So we filmed a clip with the 5 that Andrew picked out, so you will see that next. And the way that my TBR bingo board is going to go this year is Christine has put the cover of all 25 books on something, on a piece of card, piece of paper, I don't really know exactly. And on the back of the cover, there is a number, 1 to 25, so the placement on the bingo board, where it's going to go on my bingo board. And I will not know what number, like the placement of the book, until I read the book. And then I can reveal what number it is, so where it will go on the bingo board. And as I complete different lines on the bingo board, so if I complete a row across or a column down or a diagonal, I can draw rewards from a cup or something. I think it's going to be draw slips from a cup, I think. But I don't have to figure that out yet because I have to read at least 5 books and get all those in the same line, which the chances of getting 5 in a row in the same line with the first 5 books I read are pretty slim, I would say. So I'm thinking my first reward might not be until February, March, April, May, who knows? And I don't know exactly how she's done it until I open this box. So I have got a box from her. I have no idea. It's a little heavy, but not heavy. She told me it was filled with air from Alberta. Very kind of her. I asked if it was smoke-free. She said yes. Because Alberta had wildfires this summer. Okay. So let's go to the clip of Andrew choosing the 5 books. And then we will go into this box and see what happens. Okay, so I have my husband Andrew here, and he is going to choose 5 books for my TBR bingo board. I don't know what they are. He just looked at my Goodreads, and I told him he had to choose from the books I owned. So I had 28 books, but I took 7 out because they're on my TBR for this year, or I'm just getting rid of them, which I will talk about at some point. So he really had 121 to choose from. Okay, and let's start with number 1 of the 5.
Number 1 I picked is called Miracle.
Miracle?
Miracle.
That's all you wrote down?
That's all I wrote down.
That's not the whole title. I'm gonna guess.
That's all I saw on it.
Well, I can see that. Is this the cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when it's on that little computer screen, that's all I could see.
So it's Love Finds You in Miracle, Kentucky. So I guess Miracle. I guess that's why. That's all he could see.
That's all I could see because the rest of it was so
I've
small.
had this book for quite a while.
Okay.
Quite a while. So yeah, it's time to read it.
I picked Miracle because I thought of us. Out of the billions of people out there, the 2 of us met. I thought, that's why I picked Miracle. Apparently the title's longer. I can't wait.
It's Love Finds You in Miracle, Kentucky.
Love finds you, yeah. I guess we found each other. It's a great miracle. All right. So I can't wait for the next 4. Maybe I shortened the title of the book, apparently. All right. Number 2 is My Lucky Charm.
Oh, My Lucky Charm by Courtney Walsh. This one is on my Kindle. It is a hockey romance. That's all I really know about it.
Hockey romance? Well, you like hockey.
That one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That one.
And so it says, a humiliating breakup leads to an impulsive New Year's kiss with a complete stranger. What could possibly go wrong? And it is book 2 of the Holidays with Heart series, so I'm not going to read the rest of it. Okay?
Okay, well, I guess it didn't mess up that title.
No, you did not.
Okay. Number 3 is Good Enough for a Princess.
That is one also on my Kindle.
Surprise, surprise.
Okay, so this one is by Carol Mankato. I could be butchering her name. It is book 1 of a series, The Monarchies of Belles Montagues. I have no idea. Okay, so it says Crown Princess Adeline of Montevero has had her life planned out for her. Get her master's in international relations, marry nobility, produce an heir, inherit the throne. There's no room for romance with the single father she meets when their cars collide on an icy winter night. Parliament and her father would never approve. This is another one I've had for quite a number of years. Good for you, picking older ones.
Well, you picked me. I'm an older one. That's for sure. Yeah, feel it some days. I'm just happy to wake up in the morning. There you go. When you get to my age. All right. Speaking of, number 4. The Lord God made them all.
Oh boy, that is a James Herriot. What number is that?
Uh-oh. Did I pick an oldie but a goodie?
You picked number 7 of an 8-book series, and I've only read up to book 2. Wow. Challenging there.
Looks like you're having trouble getting the book out. There you go.
So, The Lord God Made Them All by James Herriot. It's part of the All Creatures Great and Small collection. As I said, it is book 8 of the series, or no, it's book 7 of an 8-book series. So, which means I have to read books 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nothing like adding one book. Okay.
And number 5, the last one. Hopefully this is another interesting one. Number 5, I picked The Sweet Life.
Okay, that is book 1 of a series.
Is that better?
Yes, book 1 is better. So, The Sweet Life by Suzanne Woods Fisher is book 1 of the Cape Cod Creamery series. I don't really know anything about this series other than it being set on Cape Cod. I'm assuming during the summer, but honestly, I don't even know that. I do know that my best friend has read it and she did enjoy it. So hopefully, it says, welcome to summer on Cape Cod, a place where the sweet life just might be possible. Dawn can't believe she's on a groomless honeymoon on beautiful Cape Cod with her mother. She was supposed to be here with Kevin, the man she loves. Still, Mom was the right choice. Dawn's heart may have been broken, but Marnie is in need of mending as well. But Mom, being Mom, creates a mess when, on a whim, she buys a run-down ice cream shop in the town's tightly regulated historic district with big plans to fix it up. She's never remodeled anything, and she's never even made ice cream. This is one that I am excited to read.
Yeah, especially homemade ice cream.
Well, I don't know about that, but...
Okay, it is good.
Okay, so... we've got 3 physical and 2 on my Kindle that Andrew has picked. And with one being a challenge for sure, because I've got to get to it. You're going to make me work for that one. Okay, well, that's what Andrew chose.
Whether it's good or bad, we'll find out when the camera's off.
Okay, let's open the box and see what we have. Oh. It's a bag inside a box. And another bag inside a box. I'm very confused. Which bag do I open first? Well, I'm opening this one first because hex-clad cookware? I have no idea. It's a bag inside a bag. Oh, Christine. Oh, I think I found cards. I did find cards. Oh my. Ooh. Okay, I just peeked at the top card. Okay. Do I open the other bag? Okay, so on the back of the card is like a scratch thing. So this, I'm assuming, is going to be where the number is. So when I read the book that's on the other side of the card, which I will show you. Yes, I saw what this book was. So this will be where the number is. Okay, but did I open these wrong? Should I have opened... Because this bag is books. This bag is definitely books. Huh. Well, now I need scissors. Are these books on any of these cards? I don't know. But we're going to go with the books first because books are always fun, right? And there is 4 books in here. Oh! I'm excited. I'm so excited. Okay. The Isaac Project by Sarah Monzon. Christine, you're regifting. That's funny. She is really regifting. It is the gift note that I sent to her when I sent her this book. That's funny. Oh, Christine, I love you. So this is The Isaac Project by Sarah Monzon. This was the first Sarah Monzon book I ever read, and I absolutely loved it. It is a retake on the Rebecca and Isaac Project, I want to say. A retelling of... Inspired by an ancient story, driven by a dying wish, threatened by what's left unspoken. And this is on my rereads bingo board for next year. I only have it on my Kindle, and now I have a physical book. Awesome. Okay, the next book is The Secret to Happiness by Suzanne Woods Fisher. So this is book 2 of the Cape Cod Creamery series, and I have book 1. Is this a sign that she's put it on the card? I don't know. Okay, then we have Indigo Isle by T.I. Lowe. This book won the Christie Award this year, and I could not get my hands on it. The library didn't have it on Kindle. Like, I didn't own it on Kindle. Oh, I love you, girl. Okay, and The Joy of Following. Don't I own this book? I do own this book. Huh. Oh, there's even a... Hey! There's an empty card! Wow. Okay, The Joy of Following by Lindsay Harrell. This is a contemporary romance, maybe? This one is one I have read. So I've got 2 that I've read and 2 that I have not read. Like, perfect. So Eva and Angela must learn to live again, one step at a time. Oh, this is the one. Okay, they lost their husbands in a scuba diving accident, and both women are trying to navigate their way through grief, but neither one is making much progress. Angela is barely making ends meet and is angry at her husband for leaving her to raise 3 children on her own. Meanwhile, Eva is stuck, unable to move forward after losing the love of her life and her source of inspiration. But then Eva gets a life-changing phone call. Before Brent and Wes died, they had signed up for the race of a lifetime, an ultra-marathon in beautiful New Zealand. Eva begs Angela to run the race with her in their husband's place, and Angela agrees, hoping to finally understand her husband's choices. Training is exhausting, and the race is even more demanding. Their journey grows more complicated by the presence of 2 men, Mark is Brent's best friend who is running the race with Eva and Angela. And Simon is a writer who is covering their inspiring story. With every step, Eva and Angela must ask themselves questions that they haven't had the courage to ask before. As the women literally put one foot in front of the other, they wonder, is it possible to find their way forward in hope? I remember really enjoying this story, and apparently I really enjoyed it because I own it. I don't think she realized I own it, but that's awesome. That's funny. Okay. And because it's a reread, I know it's one that she has not put on my TBR. Let's go to the cards and find out what 25 books are going to be on my 25 TBR. You've already learned what Andrew's 5 are. And so Christine did do cards for Andrew's 5. So obviously there's 5 cards in here. I know what they are because I just found out from Andrew. Okay, book number 1 is going to be the one that I saw. And I know that I own it physically. So, book number 1 is Never Fall Again by Lynn H. Blackburn. I'm so excited. This is book 1 of the Gossamer Fall series, and book 2 comes out in March, I want to say. So I'm very excited to read this one. It is a romantic suspense, and I have absolutely adored Lynn H. Blackburn's writings. So, thank you. Okay. Book number 2 is The Foxhole Victory Tour by Amy Lynn Green. I do not own this one physically, so here's the cover. This one is a historical romance from what I remember, maybe historical fiction. From what I remember, it's a USO tour, I think. It's set in wartime. And this one will get me caught up on Amy Lynn Green's writing. So that could be finish my complete authors to zero list. Okay, book number 3 is The Italian Ballerina by Kirsty Cambron. I think I own this one. Yes, I do. So before we get much further, okay, I'll come back to that thought. So this is historical fiction. Oh, it's dual timeline, actually. At the height of the Nazi wow, occupation of Rome, an unlikely band of heroes comes together to save innocent lives in the heartbreaking World War II novel based on historical events. Rome, 1943, and present day. Okay, and it's based on true accounts of the invented Syndrome K sickness. The Italian ballerina journeys from the Allied storming of the beaches at Salerno to the London Ballet stage and the war-torn streets of World War II Rome, exploring the sometimes heart-wrenching choices we must make to find faith and forgiveness and how saving a single life can impact countless others. Sounds good, and apparently I'm interested because I own it. Okay, so I should say the parameters that I gave Christine was it needed to be on my own want to read list, or just like my owned TBR, or on my want to read list, but she could only pick a limited number of books that I did not own. So we'll see what happens here. So far I've got out of 3, I've got 2 that I own and 1 I do not. Okay, let's go for book number 3. Chance of Loving You. This is a novella collection by Terry Blackstock, Candace Calvert, and Susan May Warren. And this is one I completely forgot about in my Terry Blackstock Authors to Zero, because I haven't read this one. It's a novella collection. If you watch my Authors to Zero list, it's not surprising that it's a novella collection that I haven't read. I do not own this one, but I'm pretty sure this one is available on Kindle Unlimited. And that's the other parameter I said to her. Okay. She's helping with a goal here, and maybe she didn't even realize that. Okay, book number 4. As Dawn Breaks by Kate Breslin. Okay. It is historical fiction set, I want to say, in England amid the Great War in 1918. So, Rosalind is desperate to escape an arranged marriage being forced on her by her ruthless guardian. And then Captain Alex is returning home to Gretna. I've been to Gretna. That's cool. Okay, I'm not going to read any more of it. Okay, so that is book number 4. Nope, that is book number 5. Book number 6. Murder at the Mikado. This one, do I own this one? Yes, I do. Murder at the Mikado by Juliana Deering is book 3 of the Drew Farthing Mysteries, and this is the next book in the series to read, so that works perfect for me. Okay, the next one is I thought it was a different book. The Magnolia Palace by Fiona Davis. I own that one as well. This is such a pretty cover. I don't know anything about this. It is not Christian fiction. I've just heard really good things about it. And it's gray and pink. Such a lovely cover. Okay, the next one is Relative Silence by Carrie Stewart Parks. I know I own this one. Okay, it is a romantic suspense. And that's about all I really know about it. A powerful family with dark secrets. A forensic artist with his own haunting past. The truth will determine whether she lives or dies. It's another one. I really like the cover. Okay. And next we have All We Thought We Knew by Michelle Shockley. I do not own this book. I think it's available on Kindle Unlimited. Not 100% sure. I think it's a newspaper journalist something. I know very, very little. I know that it was a book I was looking forward to at one point in time. It's a fairly new release within the last year and a half, maybe. I don't remember. I guess I'll find out. Okay, the next book is... Oh, this is an Andrew pick. So, Love Finds You at Miracle, Kentucky. So that is an Andrew pick. I've already talked about it. The next one, I am not surprised. Rocky Road by Becky Wade. I do not own this book. I'm not surprised that she's making me read this book. This is book 2 of the Sons of Scandal series because she made me read book 1. And it is one of Becky Wade's that I need to read to complete her backlist. So, or even keep up with her current series because the next book comes out soon. It's contemporary romance. Okay. The Edge of Belonging by Amanda Cox. I own that one. This one is, I want to say, dual timeline, maybe. When Ivy returns to her hometown to oversee her late grandmother's estate sale, she soon discovers that the woman left behind more than trinkets and photo frames. She provided a path to the truth behind Ivy's adoption. Shocked, Ivy seeks clues to her past, but a key piece to the mystery is missing. 24 years earlier, Harvey James finds an abandoned newborn who gives him a sense of human connection for the first time in his life. His desire to care for the baby runs up against the stark fact that he is homeless. When he becomes entwined with two people seeking to help him find his way, Harvey knows he must keep the baby a secret or risk losing the only person he's ever loved. In this dual timeline story from debut novelist Amanda Cox, the truth, both the search for it and the desire to keep it from others, takes center stage as Ivy and Harvey grapple with love, loss, and letting go. Okay, I did not realize this was her debut book. Huh. Okay. And I've owned this for a while, so it's time to read it. Okay. Next one is... This will complete a series! Okay, Dawn's Light by Terry Blockstock. It is book 4 of the Restoration series, and it is one I have never read, and I've read up to book 3. Book 4 is all I have left of that series. It is a mystery suspense with a bit of dystopian, sort of, I would say. Maybe the world has lost power and people are learning to live without power and kind of the darkness that comes out of the darkness. I really enjoyed 1, 2, and 3, so catch up with the Branding family and see what happens and kind of will power be restored. Next book is Bridge of Gold by Kimberly Woodhouse. It is part of the Doors to the Past series, and it says repairs on the Golden Gate Bridge uncover a century-old murder. Walk through Doors to the Past via a series of historical stories of romance and adventure. In 1933, Luke is thrilled to work as a diver on the construction of San Francisco's new bridge, but his underwater discovery brings threats to the one he loves most. The present-day underwater archaeologist Kayla is called to a secretive mission with the mayor. While making repairs to the South Tower, human remains are discovered along a long-lost ship shrouded in legends of treasure. The head of restoration, Stephen, suddenly finds himself entrenched in the mystery with Kayla as they dive, and a friendship develops between them. But as the investigation heats up and the remains are found to be from 2 different eras, more complications come into play that threaten both their reputations and their lives. Could clues leading to a gold rush era mystery that was first discovered during the building of the bridge ignite an obsession still worth killing for? Ooh, that sounds really good. And I don't know, I'm fascinated by the Golden Gate Bridge, so this would be kind of cool, I think. Okay. And the next one is... Sins of the Past. This is a novella collection by Dee Henderson, Danny Petrie, and Lynette Eason. And this is the only full-length book. Well, it's a novella. So a Revel published book by, I think it's Revel, I don't know. Bethany House, I don't know who publishes it. Not a love-inspired book that I need to read by Lynette Eason. And it is the only book I need to read by Danny Petrie to get her to 0. Christine, you are helping me with my Authors to Zero goal. Thank you. And I do know this one is on Kindle Unlimited as well. Okay, and of course it's a novella collection. Okay, the next one is... I didn't recognize the cover. Yours is the Night by Amanda Dykes. I think I own this one. Yes, I do. I remember Miriam Elizabeth talking about this one being one of her favorites by Amanda Dykes, which is the reason I was inclined to purchase it when I saw it. And it says, a mysterious song in the forest, a discovery in war-torn France, a journey towards hope. So in historical fiction, the trenches of the Great War are a shadowed place. Though platoon sergeant Matthew arrived there with a past long marked by shadow, the realities of battle bring new wounds, carving with him a longing for light and a resolve to fight for it. One night, Matthew and his comrades are enraptured by a sound so pure, a voice so ethereal, it offers reprieve, if only for a moment. Soon, rumors sweep the trenches from others who have heard the lullaby too. The angel of Argonne, they call the voice, a mysterious presence who leaves behind wreaths on unmarked graves. Ooh. Okay. Next one is Good Enough for a Princess by Carol Mikado. This is an Andrew pick. Next one is The Sweet Life by Suzanne Woods Fisher, another Andrew pick, but this is book 1 of the Cape Cod Creamery series that Christine just gave me book 2. Okay. Oh, good. But she's also making me start a series, another series. This is The Beacon Street Bookshop by Carla Lorando. This is book 1 of the... I think it's book 1. Maybe I should look that up and check. Of course, that's not book 1. It's book 2. So not only is she making me start a series, she's adding 2 books instead of just 1. Cheater. Okay, so I don't really know a lot about this other than it's by Carla Lorando. I've really enjoyed a lot of her books. I think it's contemporary romance, I think. I'm hesitant to read the description because of it being book 2 of a series. I'm pretty sure it's set in Colorado. I guess I will find out. And I do not own this book. Okay. Next one is... Yay! With Every Letter by Sarah Sundin. I cannot wait to start this book. So this is book 1 of the Wings of Nightingale series. It is historical romance. And it is one of 6 books that I have left to read by Sarah Sundin. And I am just really excited about this one. It just sounds so good. They're pen pals. They know everything about each other except their real names. So Lieutenant Millie is looking forward to beginning her training as a flight nurse. She is not looking forward to writing a letter to a man she's never met, even if it's anonymous and part of a morale building program. Lieutenant Tom, an officer stationed in North Africa, welcomes the idea of an anonymous correspondence. He's been trying to escape his infamous name for years. Okay, I can't wait to read this one. Okay, next one is another start of a series. Christine, Danny Petrie, One Wrong Move. This is book 1 of the Jeopardy Falls series, and I do know that book 2 is coming out in 2025, and I've heard really good things about this book. It is romantic suspense. And the tagline at the top says, taunting riddles, a deadly string of heists, 2 broken hearts trapped in a killer's game. I'm excited. Okay, we're getting close to the end. The Lord God That Made Them All by James Herriot. This is Andrew's pick. This is book 7 of a series that I've only read book 2 up to. So I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'll be reading quite a bit of nonfiction this year. Okay. Next one is... Yay. A Life Once Dreamed by Rachel Fordham. This is one of Rachel Fordham's early works. I don't know, maybe her... No, not her first. This is her 3rd book. It is historical romance, and I have fallen in love with Rachel Fordham, and I only have 2 books to read by her to be 2-0, and this is one of them. And it says, where you come from matters far less than where you're going. I'm not going to read anything else. Okay. Next one is Edge of Dusk. Do you know what this is? It's another start to a series. Edge of Dusk by Colleen Coble is book 1 of the Annie Pedersen novel. It is a romantic suspense. I've heard really good things about this, but it's book 1 of another series. I'm going to have to go through and figure out how many series she's making me start. Well, between the 2 of them, because Andrew also made me start a series. And I cannot read the tagline because I have not taken off the Goodwill tag. So, it's a romantic suspense. Okay, and the very last book is My Lucky Charm by Courtney Walsh. So this is an Andrew pick, but I also found out is a book Christine wanted to pick, but then Andrew picked it. So I'm very excited to start this one. This one is available on Kindle Unlimited, and I feel like I might have it on my Kindle. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a hockey romance. And book 1 of this series is My Phony Valentine, which I absolutely loved. And I have been told that this one is around St. Patrick's Day. I mean, the green kind of matches, right? So that makes sense. I'm excited for this one as well. Okay, so those are the 25 books that are on my TBR bingo board for the year. I'm very curious how many starts of a series there are. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 book 1s, 1 book 2, which I have not read book 1. So that's 6 series I have to start for sure. And then 5 series that I'm continuing that at least all but this one, so 4 of the 5, these are the next books in the series I need to read. This one, Andrew. And then the rest of them are standalones or the novellas collections. So not too bad. I mean, at least they spread them out a bit, right? Like they're not all standalones, they're not all part of a series. They have challenged me. So how many of these 25 books can I get read by the end of 2025? Come back January of 2026, and I'll find out how I do. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video today, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.